I asked her a question. Yes, sir.
Music has the power to inspire, heal, and transform lives. Today we have Miss Dharani from Furtado School of Music to showcase how a music school nurtures talent, ignites creativity, and helps students discover their unique voices through the art of music.
Good morning, everybody. I think you all are such amazing, enthusiastic teachers, principals, owners. Can you hear a loud good morning? Good morning! Thank you. I think Bharti ma'am, I heard clearly. One last round, come on, one large. I know it's winter, it's cold. I promise you, after this, you will feel double the energy of what you're feeling right now. Do you want to feel that? Then please go with the flow. Good morning! Good morning! Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's afternoon now.
Oh, it's afternoon now. See, I'm still feeling the morning. Delhi's not letting me get off the morning feel because of the chill. Thank you for that correction, sir. Anyways, I'm Dharani Upadhyay and I'm from Furtado School of Music, and we do what we love to do. That is, we bring a lot of joy, happiness and energy in any place that we are put into. So my intent is not really to talk to you, but to engage with you and interact with you before I tell you what we do. Are you ready for that action?
Yes.
Sure? Yes. You'll have to wholeheartedly participate. I will make you feel a little uncomfortable, but if you go with the flow, like I said, you will really enjoy. So I have my colleague Justice, who's with me here, who's going to really engage with you, interact with you. Justice, can you have you here? Can you run up? You want 2 minutes? Okay, fine. So he wants 2 minutes. In the meantime, I'll start with an energizer with you in the meantime. Okay, all of you, your hands, show of hands, show all of you both your hands. Okay? When I say ready, steady, ready, listen, you will listen. And when I say ready, steady, ready, clap, you clap. Okay? Ready? Ready, steady, ready, listen. I said listen. Okay, one more time. Ready, steady, ready, listen. Ready, steady, ready, clap. Ready, steady, ready, listen. Ready, steady, ready, clap. Ready, steady, ready, listen. Ready, steady, ready, clap. Ready, steady, ready, listen last time. Ready, steady, ready, clap. Okay, we got confused in the last one, but give a big round of applause to yourselves. You did well there. Okay, this is what always happens. I always call this Murphy's Law. No matter how planned you are, the tech can sometimes let you down. So as you can see, I can see the team struggling with it, but I'm going to get on to you. Can I have all of you rise on your feet while we set up the sound for you? Can you all please rise in your places? Just drop your stuff on your chair. Stand up so that you can move a little bit. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Can I have Jagdish or Nahida, one of you here with me while the sound is getting set up? Anyone who's around? Okay. I'm going to teach you a nice African rhythm. I'm not sure if you all have heard this before, but you can sing it, and what I'm going to teach you is some actions. So the words go as Jimbole, 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 Jimbole. Okay, and what you're going to do is, you all remember the actions, right? Ready, steady, ready, go. You get this? Yeah, don't hesitate. Like Mrs. Irani said, no, learn like you're going to live forever and live like you're going to die tomorrow. So one life, one chance, okay? Ready, steady, ready, go! Louder! And then when we do this, we go 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hey, okay? Ready, steady, ready. We'll go slow, don't worry. We'll take it one step at a time. Ready, steady, ready, go. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Thighs, thighs, thighs. And stomp, stomp, stomp. One more time. Ready, steady, ready, go. Shoulder. Legs. And stomp. Awesome. See, you've already learned the whole rhythm. Are we ready with the music? Okay, you're ready? I've already done half the job for you, Justice. Come on. Actually, he's the rock star. I'm his assistant. Yeah? Can I put you over?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Okay, can I get a loud good morning? Good morning, everyone. Wonderful, I really like you. So the steps are, when the zimbole is going on, you're going to do zimbole, 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 zimbole. After that, you're going to do pat, pat, pat. Do it, everyone. Pat, pat, pat. Clap, clap, clap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Hey! Okay, again. Pat, pat, pat. Clap, clap, clap. Tap, tap, tap. Hey! Let's do it without the music, then we'll go to the music. Well, listen. Zimbole, 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 zimbole. Pat, pat, pat. Clap, clap, clap. Tap, tap, tap. Hey! Got it? Let's try with the music now. Yes, let's try. It's going to be a little fast, so you have to listen to it very carefully. Yes, that's it. Let's listen to the music now. Yes. Yes, it's coming. And 5, 4. Listen. Zimbole, zimbole, zimbole. Zimbole, 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 zimbole. Tap, 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 tap. Hey! Zimbole, 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 zimbole. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah! Zimbole, 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 zimbole. Tap, 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 tap. Hey! Wonderful.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your enthusiasm.
Excuse me.
How was it? Okay, let's have the attention together. How was it, ladies and gentlemen? I want all of you to put your hands up, your thumbs up rather, to be more specific, and say awesome. How was it? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now this is what we do. In a group of adults in 7 minutes, if we can create so much of energy, tell me how would your children feel if they had a session like this every day as part of their learning, right? So much more, right? And that's what we do, and that's why I really love what we do. It's the Furtado School of Music. Let's have the PPT on, please. Furtado School of Music, actually, I must give you a little introduction. I was a banker. I spent 12 years of my life doing banking till I realized that my calling was to really start an enterprise which could really scale, create an impact, and bring about change in our country. Music was a passion that was instilled in me through my schoolings, through music teachers. We didn't have a major music room in those days, but that little seed of little singing, I don't know when did it become so big that it became a calling for me to start an enterprise like Furtado School of Music. We started back in 2011, and today, as I stand in front of you, we teach across 300 plus schools in 40 plus cities, teaching over 150,000 learners. Can we move forward with the slides? I'm not going to talk to you about benefits of music and really walk you through the cognitive, the whole right brain and left brain connection, because I'm sure all of you Google that and you know that as much as the brain of our analytical side is activated through our academic routine, we need to activate our right side with the creative routine. And that's what this slide really talks about. I heard a lot of you asking questions about student behavior. How do we enhance life skills? I don't think any one of us knows what careers 5 years down the line are going to look like. And I think today, more than ever, we need exposure to all-round development in our schools today. And I think that's what performing arts empowers our children with. This is what we do. Music, speech and drama, and dance. We create, keep scrolling the screen every minute so that we can move fast. We create labs for you in your schools. We have great labs. We have certified trainers. We bring instruments to you. We make sure we do assessment and certification of learners. These are labs that are totally equipped by Furtado School of Music. We bring them to you so that we can manage it for you. Because remember, when 1,000 children use these labs on a weekly basis, the wear and tear that they go through is enormous. And since we are the experts, we feel we can do this better. How to help them then become great performers? So set them up for various events in your schools as per your calendar, whether it's a Republic Day, Independence Day, Grandparents' Day. All of this is done by our facilitators and the academic team members. What we've done is we've digitized the entire curriculum like never before. We are the only entity, not only in India but across the globe, to have a digital curriculum for performing arts, which not only helps our facilitators in classroom, but also gives digital access to learning to children at home for practice. That is how demystified the performing arts program is done by Furtado School of Music. I'm going to show you a small video from a small town. We've created an impact story to give you a perspective of how deep and how seamlessly execution can be done as long as you want to make it happen for your children. So this is a video that's coming up on screen for you. Are we ready? There you go. Can we have the volume, please?
By green hills and peace, Nipani is a simple village where life is beautiful and thrives on love. In the little village of Nipani, there's a special school where kids don't just learn math and science, they learn something magical. Maratha Mandal's modern English school empowers its students with discipline, creativity, and excellence, all through music.
The children from this school come from different villages, each one bringing up different experiences, backgrounds, and aspirations. They cross the field from their villages, walk away almost 3 kilometers to reach the schools. There are almost 42 villages all around the Nepali, and the students come from different villages.
Okay, so guess the next guest is here.
Since they walk through the farms, it is very difficult to maintain the neatness of the.
But we'll share this video with you for you to just see. Yes, sure. That even in a small city like this, you can make such a powerful impact by bringing performing arts in your classrooms. And I can tell you that you will have emotionally balanced, well-rounded individuals in the world to come. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In times when our students are hyper-connected to the digital world, when they're influenced by movies, stardom and social media, the level of our involvement changes. As educators, we have to match their steps and keep up with their highs and lows. Role models and inspirational individuals from the world of movies always make for enduring life lessons and values for us. Every once in a while, a talented and dynamic actor catches our imagination and creates a special place in our hearts. And one such towering and endearing actor is Mr. Boman Irani. Let's have a round of applause. Suave, witty, intense, versatile, and so imposing with his creative pursuits, we extend a warm welcome to Mr. Boman Irani. With a wealth of experience from the world of media and entertainment, Mr. Irani is always willing to share and explore his exemplary creative dimensions. We welcome you, sir, and we are so honored that you have joined us at this momentous occasion of the Confluence 2024. We would like to welcome you with a small token. I request Mr. Mohit Mehra, CEO GD Goenka Healthcare, to please present. Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe request the audience to be seated.
As educationists, we appreciate Mr. Irani's honesty and diligence to his craft, and we applaud his passion for the extraordinary surprises that we find in life. One of the most popular character actors in Hindi cinema, he has featured in over 100 films. Mr. Irani is the recipient of a Filmfare Award and 2 IFA Awards, and Mr. Boman Irani has recently ventured into film production and advertising under his home banner, Irani Movie Tour. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. And we are really looking forward to hearing your lovely baritone.
Next, please. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All of you. She forgot to mention my name. You mentioned my name, right? I didn't hear it once also.
Let's hear it for Mr. Boman Irani.
I'm joking. I've got a sore throat. The reason why I always talk about my name is I don't assume that everybody in the room should know who I am and what I do. You know, this lady is laughing. No, there are people who may not watch Hindi films for that matter. True. So in life, there have been a few lessons that I've learned that never to assume anything. Never assume anything. I was on a flight once. And I was sitting there and I like wishing everybody early in the morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hi, how are you? Like I know them from Adam. And then this one voice rang out in the aerobridge, loudly. Hello, hello, on the phone, loudly, rude. You know how people talk loudly in the morning on the phone for the whole plane to hear? Nobody's admitting it, they've done it themselves. No, I'm joking. And he comes into the craft and he looks at me and he's all excited. मेरा favorite actor. मेरा favorite है दुनिया का सबसे favorite. He's talking to the guy. मेरा favorite actor. मैं बात करवाता हूँ. I don't want to talk to some stranger on the phone. What are you talking about? And he became breathless. And I'm saying, wow, man, I can get people breathless. Not bad. Then he walks up to me, he bends into my ear, loud enough for the whole plane to hear. भाई साहब, आपका नाम क्या है लेकिन? You're clapping for that. मेरा कचरा हो गया उधर. And that is why I never assume anything. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Boman Irani and I'm an actor. Just wanted to So let's get started. I've been told I have only 2.5 hours to make the speech. And for that, I need to really have some energy going. And I want all of you to respond, ask questions, put up a hand, laugh. Don't feel sorry for me for anything, whatever may have happened. Don't say, oh, bicharo. Don't say all that stuff. All right? Just let's go on. Let's share a story. And my big takeaway today would be if we take away some lessons from my life and my journey so that we can help the children. Isn't that a good thought? All of you, isn't that a good thought? Yeah. All of you are principals, vice principals. Do you know how nervous that makes me? They're all younger than me, unfortunately. There was a time I used to stand outside the vice principal's office and it was horrible, but I had overcome that. Let me start. All right. I was born in 1959, December. Why are you calculating, ma'am? It's 65 years. 69, my father passed away in 1959, May. So I was born after the death of my father. I told her, don't feel sorry for me. Everybody, no, it's okay. Life goes on. I was surrounded by women. My mother, 3 sisters before me, Masis, Chachis, you know, the whole, 85 of them. All feeling sorry for me. All making me feel that I am the most sad, pathetic child in the world who needs all the pity and compassion because he's a fatherless, poor fellow. I didn't know the difference. I really didn't know the difference. It's this whole thing of people trying to mollycoddle you and make you feel that you're special and we've got to take great care of you was making me more nervous. Problem was, I had a speech defect. I had a big speech defect. You all know virus from the movie 3 Idiots, right? Let's get a little louder, will help teachers? Yes! They sounded like students. And I used to really talk like virus. With my tongue hanging out till here. I had a stammer, I had a stutter. It's not a big problem, but for me, and we don't ask children what their anxiety is all about. It's their anxiety. We'll never know till you ask them. And when I spoke, I stammered, I stuttered, I had a squeaky voice, and I used to speak with this lisp that was most embarrassing. So I would speak like this. Okay, everybody's gone silent now. One lady's smiling. I'm very happy you smiled. It's perfectly okay. And because of that, everybody used to make fun of me. And I said, something's wrong with me. Now something's wrong with me. Thanks to a speech defect. Can you imagine the mind and the psyche of a child? I mean, who am I talking to? Of course, you know. And because of that, I never spoke. I never spoke. And today, with great confidence, I can say I can speak for 2.5 hours. What do you think? Huh? Not bad. I went to St. Mary's School. Father Molnick was the principal. Maybe sit on his lap. That's illegal now. कभी-कभी joke मान लेते हैं. थोड़ा naughty joke करता हूँ कभी. School में आता हूँ मैं naughty बन जाता हूँ. And he showed me a photograph of a horse. Horse has an S in it, which means if I gave the answer, I would say it like this. Right? So I said, if I say that, he'll think something's wrong with me. So I said, I didn't answer. So he said, okay, son, don't worry. He showed me another photograph. He showed me a photograph of a mouse. I didn't answer. Guess what? He didn't give me admission. Naturally, would you? Would you? You would. Times have changed. Times have changed. Maybe all the speeches I give in school, some effect is taking place. Yeah, right, not bad. See, the thing is, he didn't give me admission. Naturally not. And my mother was crying. She's pinching me in my bum. Parsi moms, you know how they are. Everybody here knows what Parsi is? I'm going to get back to all of you because of that. So and then my mom is crying in the car. She was a widow. She's a widow. She had me in her tummy. After her husband died, she was losing me. The kid is born. He comes out like this, doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to be put into the best school in Bombay, St. Mary's, lovely school. And then 10 days later, Father Molnick calls up my mom at the wafer shop. She ran a wafer shop. My father did. She took over. And he said, Mrs. Irani, back in the day, we're educationists, Mrs. Irani. Which child doesn't know what a horse is? Which child doesn't know what a mouse is? Of course he knows. He's just anxious, he's just nervous. You please send him to St. Mary's School. We'll make a fella out of him. That's an education. In this day and age, I think we judge people all too quickly. And we are guilty of it. A lot of you very confidently said, would you? Yes, we would give admission. We would give admission. But we become judgmental because we've got the right, thanks to social media. We judge people's characters from a photograph. I don't like that. Why? So how are you going to judge a person and his or her career by just one interview? You've got to depend on not just the parameters and the norms, but your instinct also. I started St. Mary's, and then we figured out I was dyslexic, dyscalculic, dysgraphiano. I was superb. And attention deficiency. Oh, come on. And my numbers, to identify numbers is a huge problem even today. Even today, the OTP comes along and I get cold sweats. OTP, kitna number hai? 4. What's the OTP? I forgot. It's like a sieve. The numbers just fall out of my brain. You can't help it. But back in the day, dyscalculia had another scientific term. Do you know that scientific term in the 60s of dyscalculia or dyslexia? Does anybody know back in the day what it was known as? Yes, please? Somebody put a hand up. Oh, that's the recording here. What?
Was it Nalayak? Because nobody was,
Nalayak?
As in the one is like.
You're pretty close. Duffer. So, Bicharo. My name is Bicharo. Bicharo Duffer che. In Gujarat, Duffer. You'll be fine. You'll sit at your mommy's wafer shop. Don't worry. That's what it is. And even today, I don't remember numbers. You give me, what room am I in today? I don't know. I forget. I go to the wrong room sometimes. Try and open the wrong room with the key. Sometimes I go on purpose, but can't talk that much. Mazak karo. Bharti mein karo. So here I am struggling to get past my world. But one day, I need a mic for that. in the school choir. Things on fire. You know, and big auditorium, St. Mary's School, big auditorium. I'm standing there with a big paper bow, rouge, lipstick, and my mother sitting somewhere there. Sardaji is looking at me saying, "No, my mother kaise ho gaya?" I didn't know that. Mommy sitting here, chalo na, aapko pura lagega. Sardaji kya ho gaya? थोड़ा लाइट रखता हूँ, चलेगा ना? ये तो 2.5 घंटा कैसे कटेगा यार? So, I'm looking at mommy and mommy smiling. So why is she smiling? I'm looking like a monkey over here. And she's smiling and smiling and smiling and smiling. And after the annual day function, whatever it was, I went up to mommy and said, "Mommy, why were you smiling throughout the show?" Saying, "Beta, because you were smiling first time in your life." Yeah. I was a frowner. Because I thought the world was my enemy. Except for my mother and my sisters. And my mother figured this out. Baji, my mother. People are going to tease you a lot. Not my fault. So my mother figured this out. Why is this kid smiling? Do you know why? Can I tell you? Because I was on stage. She figured out where my nursery was, on stage. And that's beautiful for a woman who was in debt. 67,000 rupees after the death of my father in debt. Our shop. How can that debt be so high in 1959? People were tricking my mother. She did not know how to sign a check, but she ran and was brave, and she thought that this boy will grow up someday and he'll turn my world around. But he's got the worst marks going. He finally smiled this height. And she realized where my nursery was, and this was the wooden stage, which I love. My shyness just disappeared when I got on stage, like today. You know, I was really shy when I entered, even today. Believe it or not, you're saying, sit, and I can't sit. I'm a very nervous person, a very shy person, believe it or not. Nobody believes. My wife still makes fun of me when I say this. But inside, I know. I stood outside. I said, look, Pete. I said, no, I wear these glasses, wear those. Say, no, wear those glasses, they look nice. And I overcame my shyness and I walked in. We don't know people's anxiety. You can't go into their minds. But we should try and understand kids. So my mom figured it out. Wooden stage, nice sound, lights, and I love an audience, you know. She sent me to a speech therapist. Action. She sent me to a speech therapist. She got rid of my lisp. My breathing became better. My confidence went up. Music sessions, and she sent me to theater, and she sent me to the movies every day. She sent me, and she understood that this kid understands movies. A little fella. I would go to the same movie every day across the road. She'd say, go and watch it again. Which movie running at the Alexander? Alexander was exactly opposite, where exactly Paji is sitting. That far. That far. And he would say, what's running over there? I could see from my room, the posters coming up. Pyasa. Oh. I said, saw it last night. Go see it again. Go see it again this time. It's like a big YouTube. Go and understand what it takes to make a movie and understand your history, understand your art, understand your music, understand your performing arts. And everybody was against that. I used to go and watch a movie in the Strand Cinema, which is far away from home, as a little fella. 37 times, a film called Funny Girl. Funny Girl is not so funny. It was Barbara Streisand's debut film. She won an Oscar for it. And the doorman used to ask me, "Tu kal bhi aaya tha na bachcha?" "हाँ." "फिर से आया?" "हाँ." "Picture समझ में आता है?" "नहीं." "तो फिर आता क्यों?" "I don't know." something kept drawing me to the theatre. Something had drawn me to certain movies that even I did not understand then. It does not matter. Many years later, I figured out what it was. You know, there's the opening shot. You remember seeing Funny Girl? The opening shot is Barbara Streisand in a leopard skin coat, in a pillbox hat. She comes and stands in front of the New Amsterdam Theatre in New York. And she's standing there, and the public is going into the theatre, and she goes this way instead. She goes into a dark alley, goes from behind and enters from the artist's entrance. I said, that's what I want to do, enter from the artist's entrance. See, we don't know what motivates us. We don't know what children are fascinated by. I was fascinated by the fact that I did not go in with the rest of the crowd. I was fascinated with the fact that I could be an artist. And, well, one day, my mother was sitting at the shop with her. It's wafer shop, which make garma garam potato wafers, crisps, as they are known as now, or potato chips, with a bhatti. And Dad's old friend, Farood uncle, would come and visit. And he would sit over there and he would ask how she's doing, has the debt been paid? My mother said, I'm going to pay everybody. And everybody said, they're cheating you. They're cheating you. You don't owe them the money. My mother said, these are lessons and values that they stay with you forever. My mother said, I don't care if they're cheating me, because I don't want them to make claims after 5 years. When I pay off the debt and I put my children in a good school and I take them out to the movies and we're sitting in the car and we're driving, I don't want anyone pointing and saying that woman owes me money. Those are values that stay with you forever. So my dad's friend, Farood uncle, came sitting and he asked my mother, what's running at the novelty cinema? The novelty cinema screen was the back wall of our wafer shop. Can you imagine, right? And he said, what's running at Zaru? What's running at the novelty? I said, LCD. Yeah? Come here. You saw the movie? He said, of course. I see the movie and then I come and sit with Mom. So I wish I could see the film. And my mom said, Boman will take you. Boman will take you. Yeah? Really? Okay. I accompanied Farood uncle to see LCD. He was an old man with a walking stick. And I sat with him, and through the movie, I gave him a commentary of what was going on the screen. You know why? Farood uncle was blind. And my mother figured out that I would be the best person to explain the film to the blind man. What does that tell you, teachers, principals, vice principals? Right? It tells you that I was empowered. I was empowered by my mother, that you are the best person to tell a story because you have a sense of drama, you have a sense of narrative, you have a sense of story. And I realized where I was eventually supposed to be. I passed, and you can clap for that. I mean, I passed. And with a high third class too, yeah, you can clap for that also, no problem. And then finally I went to my granny. My granny, we were talking about in the room, they delayed me. I was going to come in earlier, but they delayed me. Don't mind my jokes, okay? Please, sir, then, sir. Telling you. My granny was a refugee from Iran. Right? She was a refugee from Iran. She must have been 16 years old when she got married. She had a little baby, and my grandfather, my grandmother rode from their village in Iran on a donkey across the desert. A donkey! Can you believe it? And then from the seaport, Khurramshah, they took a sailboat to come to Bombay. And my granny was the kindest old person that you'd ever see. Beautiful, beautiful, spoken Dari. And, she used to wear those beautiful cross-patti sandals, they're called sapats. And beautiful, frail feet. And I used to love looking at my granny's feet and her beautiful face. And she was poor. Poor. These are people I have met, they are not out of the Bible. People on a donkey you normally associate with the Bible. And I'm saying, you're so kind, you're so generous and so gracious, and everybody asks me when I get out from the aircraft, how was your flight? It was a flight. My granny came in a sailboat. Business class. How bad can it be? How was it? It's okay. It's okay. How was your room? It's a suite. Did anybody ask my granny? Why am I telling you this story? We will all do better and better in our lives. All the kids that you teach will graduate. They will go up the ladder, corporate ladder, business ladder, whatever ladder, professional ladder, they'll go up, and with each passing year, they will become more and more successful. And then you've got to tell these children, including yourselves, I dare say, that the graduation, the promotion, the perks can't be more important than the job itself. It can't be. We start paying attention to the trailer. मेरा ट्रेलर अच्छा नहीं है, मेरा ये नहीं है, मेरा वो नहीं है, चाय में चीनी कम है. It doesn't stop. Grumbling doesn't stop. And every time I'm tempted to say, you know, it could have been better. I said, shut up. Think of your granny. And did anybody ask her, how was your flight? Because we've got to remind our kids where they come from. Today, somebody said yesterday, I think it was Bharti ma'am or Ms. Chasa, where are you? Mentioned to me yesterday, this is a generation, you said, of everything is yes, right? Everything for them is yes. There is no no today for our children. We don't deny them anything because everything is available. We say yes for everything. Sometimes it's good to say no. And sometimes it's good for you to say no to yourself when you are lured by the perks of your success. It is like opium, let me tell you. Becoming a celebrity, whether it's in the movie business or in the teaching business or in the airline business. There are celebrities in every field. The moment you become a celebrity, you walk differently. Teach your children to walk straight. You walk differently. And I always make this little analogy of how when you're wearing the pajamas, you don't do the catwalk in pajamas, right? There's a different walk, right? When you wear jeans, there's a different walk. When you wear a suit, suddenly, you get what I'm saying? Why? Because these are the perks of the job, and suddenly your personality changes. Do not tell people, don't change the core and the soul of who you are. Your swadharma, do not let it change just because you got a promotion and because you got a perk and you feel very important. And yes, enjoy it, no doubt. But don't let that become the center of it all. I'm just throwing advice every now and then, don't mind. Chalega, na? All right. Anyway, first job. A very important day in my life. First job. Went, my granny said, what you going to do? I said, there were only 4 kinds of jobs back in the day. Now there are all kinds of jobs. You don't even know what kind of job there'll be in the next 5 years. Right? I said, let me be a waiter. Go to my granny. I said, I want to be a waiter. She said, yes, son, be the best waiter in the world or don't even try. Great advice. Be the best or don't even try. Right? I go to the best. Taj. Thankfully, I'm not in a hotel because I have to apologize to the hotel I'm staying. Hey, I said, no, sorry, Taj, tu look tha bhi nahi, Leela wali. You know, I have to apologize. You know, I go for the interview. And all of you have been to an interview, right? Or interviewed someone, right? I went with a bow tie, I was standing over there, and there was this Parsi manager of Taj. Which department do you want to join? So I said, food and beverage. Hey, idiot, yeah. Please knock off the accent. Be yourself, be natural. I think that's the best advice you can tell youngsters. Do not try and impress people by putting on a different garb or a voice. Be yourself. Be as natural as you can. They say, come on, tell me which, I don't have all day. Which department do you want to join? I said, food and beverage, sir. The whole bloody hotel business is about food and beverage. Don't you know what you want in life? I said, sir, So I'd like to join the Rendezvous restaurant. Ah, very good. And I learned a new word that day. That word is want. He says, you want something. I'm impressed. If youngsters don't know what they want, whether they want to be a fire engine guy or they want to be an astronaut, and and all kinds of thoughts at that point of time, at least they want something. If you don't want anything, there is no hero to the film. Every hero in any screenplay must want something, right? He says, great, you want something. French restaurant? Yes. Rooftop? Beautiful. Rooftop restaurant. The most expensive restaurant in Asia. And you want to be a waiter there? I'm most impressed. I said, thank you, sir. Go to the basement, you idiot. I said, Dickens, sir, he said, I know, don't tell me where it is. I know the geography of my hotel. I know where the bloody restaurant is. You think I'm ऐसे ही आपको directly भेजूंगा यहाँ पे? You go to the basement, wash some bloody dishes, idiot, and work your way up to the top. The best piece of advice I ever got. And I stick with that advice even today. Every role I play, it's a new character. I cannot say I've done 100 films and 15 years in theatre. It means that I know how to act. I don't know how to do that character because that character is unique. You've got to pay your dues, right? I worked my way up. First 5 days I was with that squirter, washing dishes. Next 5 days I was in the linen room folding pink napkins and tablecloths. Shoulders came off. Finally I reached Rendezvous. My mother calls me and says, come to the shop. I've had an accident, I need you to sit here. Now, I didn't want to go to the shop because everybody said, don't worry, bichara Boman. You can sit at your father's shop. You know how the mind works, right? So I sat at the shop for 14 years. Imagine. But I felt good. You know why? Because bichara Boman became Boman Seth. And that's nonsense. You did nothing. I got married at the age of 25. I met my wife at the shop. It's a long story, very boring story. I won't tell you all because I've got only 2.5 hours. But I met my wife at the shop. She used to come every day. She used to smile. I used to give her wafers. I used to fry the wafers in front of her. Very impressive. Throw them in the air. That's all bullshit. The wafers burn when you do that, huh? God knows how many wafers I burned to impress. And she would buy 100-gram wafers every day. Her father said, how can you eat 100-gram wafers every day? So she said, now what to do? So she'll come and buy 100-gram wafers and give it to the beggar at the end of the road. By the time we got married, the beggar was that fat. Anyway, sometimes it's nice to crack a joke in there. I had realized that I had not taken my family out. I had 2 kids by then. Taken my family out for a holiday outside of Mumbai. It was 7 years since I got married. We had gotten nowhere, never stayed in a hotel, only served in a hotel. And I used to make a lot of tips at the Taj. I used to put them in a piggy bank. And I said, I'm going to take my family out for a holiday. Let's go to Uti. I did some research. There was no website those days. Only yellow pages, or the classified ads as they were called. And I needed money. I didn't have money. The wafer shop was not all my money. We split it with the rest of the partners and things like that. I was the guy who was sweating it out there. I broke the piggy bank and bought myself a camera. And I started doing sports photography for schools. Nobody would give me a badge to go for the big events. So schools. So athletics, running, high jump, short, long jump, hockey, football, cycle races, and very good sports photography. And I used to sell those pictures and made some money. I took my family, we went for this holiday. Let me tell you, when we reached with the rickshaw, ma'am, you'll come back, no? You'll come back, no? Shall we wait for you or what? No, please go, no, please. Please. There's a monkey sitting inside me, dying to jump out. I'm a naughty boy. So, I can stand here, no? And we went by train. We went by ST bus, we went by rickshaw, all the way up to Shoreham Palace Hotel. Sounds good, Shoreham Palace. We went and stood in front of the Palace Hotel, and it looked like a movie poster, you know. It was, sun was setting behind us. It looked like a movie poster, like from a Ramsey horror film movie poster. My God, it looks like the owls were, you know, running around and bats were running. It was scary. Give her a big hand. This is the wonderful Bharti. Yeah. Right. And my wife is looking at me and saying, what the hell is this? She didn't say anything, only expression. My wife is upset. She only uses her eyes. I said, don't worry, darling, it's a heritage hotel. बाहर से कुछ नहीं कर सकते, अंदर अच्छा होगा. What can I say? We went inside, it was even worse. It was worse. There was louver doors. You see those big louver doors? With the tea curry, the big one which squeak. We opened the door, even the sound effects were Ramsey. The door went inside. It's pitch dark. It's pitch dark inside. And I asked the guy, I said, your camera is getting bigger when you're walking. Then it came back. It's just a trick. I just frighten anybody who wants to leave halfway to the speech. मैं जाऊँगा, मैं तो फंस जाऊँगा. So we went inside, pitch dark, and looking, and seeing Baba light on through. That guy turns and looks at me. Why do you want a light? It's dark. Pitch black. Turns on the light. One light comes on. One light comes on. It's a 0 watt. And because of that, the room is still pitch dark. And I'm saying to myself, that's me. It was a moment in my life I realized that this is not the life I want to give my family. I got to do better, up my game. This is the big lesson. That when you feel that you've achieved something in life and people are calling you Boman, Seth, you've done nothing. You've got to keep upping the game. You've got to keep learning new things. And I came back to Mumbai and I decided to go for the biggest event in the country. That was the World Cup of Boxing, which was an Olympic event. And I said, I want to be, WANT, hashtag, the official photographer of the World Cup. This is how, you set a new goal. And yeah, that's great, you set a new goal. In screenplay we learn, throughout a screenplay, the hero must have about 20 mini goals for the big cosmic goal. Right? This is one of the goals. I want to be the world official photographer of the World Cup. Right? I go there, there's another Parsi guy. Aspi Adajania. Alright? Homi Adajania's father. Homi, the director. I'm standing in front of him, sees my and he gave me the photographs back and said, okay, thank you, we don't need you. I said, did you not like the photos? He said, they're excellent. I said, why are you giving me the job? Sorry. What? Sorry. I said, sir, give me a badge. He said, I can't give you a badge. I can't give you anything. And when I was about to leave, he calls me back. He says, come here. It was the biggest lesson of my life. What do you do for a living? I said, you're that wafer wala. Okay. I said, okay, fine, yes. I'm the wafer wala, very proudly. And then he started asking me questions that you will not believe. The line of questioning to get a job as a photographer, it was bizarre. First question, where do you buy your potatoes? What the hell, man? I said, from the onion and potato market in New Bombay. Very good. What do you know about potatoes? Can you believe it? I said, I know everything there is to know about potatoes, sir. Okay, tell me. I said, I can pick up a potato, I can tell from the mitti which area and which field, which area it comes from, whether it's Hassan, Metupalayam, Talegaon, Vatti, Shimla, you name it. I can shove my thumb inside the potato and tell you from the amount of moisture when you should fry them for best wafers. He's saying, you are excellent. तूने MA BA किया है potatoes में. He's mucking around with me, as we can tell. I said, okay, yeah, I'm pretty good. Next question. What do you know about onions? I said, I don't know anything about onions. He said, no. I said, no. You said there's an onion in potato market? I said, well, that's not my field. He's saying, look, son, you have shown me photographs of athletics, running, hurdling, cycle races, high jump, long jump, football, hockey, you name it. There's not a single photograph of boxing. And you want to be the official photographer of the World Cup, you have some cheat to come here and tell me that you know how to do it. But I'm a sports photographer. I say, no, you should know your field. You should know your field. And that lesson came to me when I wanted to be a director. Everybody says you start late in life. I was 44 when I made my first movie. When I acted in my first movie. I'm 65 and I'll be debuting as a director. But the lesson I learned from Asfiyata Jania is, just because you know how to act, it does not mean you know how to direct. Just because you've been 14 years in theatre and 20 years, it does not mean how you know how to write and direct. Learn. No, there's a strange, it's such an ironic thing that there's a wonderful phrase in English, it's called know your onions. And that stuck in my head. And I said, he's absolutely right. And I went to take photographs of boxing to prove to him that I could take good photographs of boxing. So I go to the university stadium, it's a shed. It's a shed with one little ring and one goddamn bulb hanging over the ring. And I was like, how am I going to take pictures with this? International looking pictures. I was about to walk out. And I said, okay, this is it. This is my resource. I can't do better than this. If this is what the lemons that have been given to me, make the best lemonade, right? And I'm saying, if I walk out, I'm not giving myself a chance. But if I go in and say, okay, I'm going to stretch this lighting to make it look dramatic, I can make something. And I took 7 days of running around that ring and finding drama and dynamism and that backlighting. I took 7 pictures in 7 days. And I went and showed them to us. He took the envelope and he put it in the drawer. And he took another envelope and he gave it to me. And opened it. You've been appointed official photographer of the World Cup. Yeah. I said, sir, you've not even seen the pictures. You know what he told me? He said, I did not have to. Because all I needed to know is how much drive do you have, how much passion do you have. Photography you will learn. But I needed to know how badly you wanted this job. That is the biggest lesson. People cannot assume that they know how to do something good without the passion. I got a job. 2 hours left. I got a job from Aspi in that World Cup to take photographs for a Norwegian boxer. And that guy told me, if it's a good magazine, they'll give you $60 a picture. I said, what? 3 pictures, 16 to 3. I know the math now, 180. But I said, it's a good magazine, and the magazine was called VG, V-E-E-G-E. Will you remember it, man? I forget things. VG, okay? My manager's name at Taj, his name was Sam Bada. You remember that name, please? For me? Sam Bada and Ligi. 2 names gone. Comes the day of the fight. I'm sitting there with my little camera. It's a lollipop of a camera, which I named. I called my camera Alfred. I used to talk to Alfred. Alfred was like my conscience. I said, come on, Alfred, let's take one. Wait, concentrate. Basically, you're talking to yourself. Alfred is just an instrument like any other instrument in your body, from your brain, your heart, your mind, your hands and your legs. Alfred was an extension of that. I said, Alfred, come on. And I lost my nerve. You know why? Because the world press came. With big cameras and whatnot, and I said, I'm dead, Alfred. He's saying, don't say that. We've come up to here with me. Don't lose faith in your ability, and don't lose faith in me. And the moral of this lesson is, We look around and all the time comparing ourselves lesser to people who might be a little more advantaged than you are. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that bother your students either. Let them know that that's their resource. मेरा बाप producer नहीं है, तो मैं actor नहीं बन सकता. Really? That's your resource? That you don't have a father for a producer? I mean, come on. Same thing. Don't look at those guys. Look into the Bible. Look into the viewfinder. That's your resource. And then a Norwegian guy comes, a German guy comes, and I can see my $300 fly away. You know why? Because the German guy was banging the hell out of the Norwegian guy. I said, again, he's losing. I said, stop it. Stop thinking about the money. Just wait. Because if you are grumbling, if you spend your hours grumbling, there'll be one shot, one window of opportunity. It'll open, it'll shut, just like a camera, and you will not be prepared for it. Focus. And I looked up again, and believe it or not, he swung one, the other guy fell down. One shot. Because if we spend our lives grumbling, we might lose out on the greatest opportunity we have. And a window of opportunity will never come back again. I got 3 pictures, I sent them to Norway. I got a call in the morning at 4 o'clock and saying, they have fantastic pictures. How about the money now? I said, yeah. And I'm thinking, will I get 180 or will I get 300? He said, Mr. Irani, we love your photographs. We're going to pay you for the 3 pictures. We're going to pay you $300. I said, yeah, I know. My wife comes out and we start doing the Rama Samba while he's on the phone. And I said, okay, great. You go to the manager and collect your $900. $900. You know what that means? It's a reward for focusing. Nothing else. It's a reward for focusing, for taking control of your life, for having the guts to go for the big karuna. Right? So yeah, go and collect your money. Okay. 10 days later, a check comes along, $900. I said, no, don't lodge that check. We've already been paid. I opened the check. I said, no, we've got to send it back. It's some mistake. I opened the advice. I flipped the check over, and it says $900 for reprinting your photographs in Biki magazine. There was no need. There was no need. Back in the day, I thought they had already overpaid me. Back in the day, there were no websites to check whether how many times they're printing it. I was overpaid to begin with. But they said, next week, another $900. What does that tell you? It tells you that there are people sitting somewhere in the world who don't care whether you're watching them or not, but their ethics and their code says, you got to pay, you got to pay. That's ethics. And if that's the lesson we teach our children, believe me, they can't go wrong. Please don't, please, there are lots of people in this day and age, I don't believe that. Mr. Narayan Murthy, I was speaking to him once, and he says, Boman, in this country, you can do everything straight. Everything. It'll only take you a little longer. That's it. It'll only take you a little longer, but do it the straight way. You have nothing to worry about. I said, that's the best piece of advice I got. And then I got more and more money. I started the studio. The studio failed because I took a loan. It was a bad loan. I did not know. I'm not a great businessman, as you may have figured out. Joking. And I had no work. It was like another pandemic. It was another like lockdown, personal lockdown. You know why? Why was I not getting work? Because I did not know my onions in advertising photography. So I started learning again from scratch. Don't take anything for granted. Just because some guy is paying you $900, it does not mean that you're equipped to do advertising photography. You've got to learn. And I learned, and then I had no money. I was paying interest upon interest. I didn't have money to put petrol in my scooter. I didn't have money for a rice plate. I go home one day, my wife gives me a blue box, velvet box, similar color. Huh? I said, what's this? It's my wedding jewelry. I said, what's it for? I said, go sell it and pay off the loan. I said, you're joking? He said, yeah. I said, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. She's saying, what are you ashamed of? What are you ashamed of? You either chase your dream or you keep paying that interest. And where are we going? Where are we going? We were going nowhere. We were going nowhere out of the house. Where am I wearing this jewelry and going? Tell me. No. And you think by wearing this jewelry I'm going to look pretty? No. Look at your face, he said. Look at your face. You make people laugh, you smile all the time, and you're full of energy. Always. Always. Always? Then wake up, all of you. Come on. Full of energy, and look at your mouth is going this way. Why? You know what? Chase your dream. Fulfill your dream, your want, and then smile about it. You make others smile. You smile first. And when you smile, this is my wife sounding like Salim Javed. And when you smile, I'll smile. And when I smile, I might look pretty. Amazing, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? And things change. Next thing I know, Pradeep Guha from Times of India called. I've seen some photographs of yours. Please shoot the Miss India girls. I said, wow, I started doing the portraits for Miss India. Diana Hayden goes and wins Miss World. I become Mr. India. And wow, I am Ananya. Amazing. Amazing. And Shamak Dawar walks into the office. You know Shamak Dawar? Yes. He's a Parsi. Come on, everybody in the room knows who a Parsi is? No? Okay, you said no. Name a Parsi then. I'll name a Parsi for you. Sam Manek Shah. Okay? Soli Swarabji.
Yes.
Parsi. Homi Baba.
Yes.
Parsi. Ratan Ta. Now you know? Now you know? Great professionals, businessmen, industrialists. It's a dying community, this, by the way. Only 67,000 Parsis left in the world. You believe it? Yeah, we need more Parsis. Anyway. Shamak Dawar comes and says, you're going to be very famous. I said, doing what? I said, I don't know. He took pictures, he disappeared. 8 months later, he calls up and says, I'm taking you for lunch. Doesn't take me for lunch. He takes me to meet Alik Padamsi. I said, why bring me here? He said, I want you to audition. I said, me? Audition? Why? He said, because you're an actor. I said, who told you? He said, you don't have to tell me. I know. Your body language says you're an actor. Everything about you says that you're an actor and you're dying to be an actor. He's saying, not now. I just started paying my bills, Shama, please. He said, just go and audition. And I got a part for 3 minutes. A 3-minute role. And what was the part? I know they're all going to be very... Don't be scandalized when I tell you the part. It's a job. The part of a pimp. I'm clap for it, no problem. I got the part of a pimp. I am saying, wow. Everybody said, don't take a 3-minute part. I said, no, there are no small parts. There are only small actors. And yeah, only small. Anything you do, only small actors. The next thing I know, I'm not good with quotations, but this quotation stuck in my head. I got a 3-minute role. I'm going to make those 3 minutes count. Right? I'm going to make a... Bruce Lee said, I do not fear the man who has 1,000 kicks. I fear the man who has one kick. But practice it 1,000 times. I said, make a 3-minute role, 1,000 times practice. Every day practice the goddamn thing. By the time it becomes part of your DNA, and then you can create once you've owned. It's like a subject that you teach. When you own the subject, you can create. Comes the day of the show. My God, the audience was dead. It was like a funeral. I came on the stage. I'm going to back you, okay? Sorry. I'm going to come on the stage and I'm seeing the audience is dead. My team has worked so hard for it. I got to wake them up. Don't say, hey, now what? It's a flop. Forget about it. No. I did my 3 minutes. And they erupted. And they erupted. And I said, wow, this is amazing. And Arshad Varsi was the choreographer. Can you believe it? Arshad, before he became an actor. He's standing in the wings and he's calling me out. Come. I said, yeah, clapping, yeah, rukna baba. You know, and something amazing happened that day. Can you tell me what? No? I entered from the artist's entrance, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. One more of my wants complete. Desires. And the next thing I know, I get another play. Playing a lead, a of a 75-year-old man in a play that was meant for only 3 shows for 150 people only. 3 shows. Somebody said, don't open it in the experimental. Open it in the big theatre, the Tata Theatre, 1200-seater. So really, it's about 2 old men with aches, pains, glaucoma, and who the hell wants to listen to 2 old men sitting on a park bench talking about their love life and their sex life? I mean, come on. How exciting can that be? But we opened it at the Tata 1200, house full. Why? Don't ask me why. Why did a play with a new actor and a Marathi stage actor who had never done an English play open to a house full? People smell quality miles away. People know you from your visiting card and the colors you use on your logo. And I believe if you put the devil in those details, people know what you are all about. Look at the detail in what you do. And they came, we ran that show to standing ovations for 10 years. 10 houseful years. Don't ask me how. Nothing is small. Nothing is small. The audience is too small. And I did Gandhi, by the way. I did Gandhi. I'm 6 feet 2 and 110. But I did Gandhi. I went to Sudhir Joshi, my co-actor. I said, Sudhir Dada, I'm getting to play Gandhi. He said, yeah, do it. Wonderful. Which Gandhi? I said, Mahatma Gandhi. Tu pagal ho gaya? I thought you were saying Frontier Gandhi. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. You look like that. And then he said, don't panic. Do it. Lose the weight, learn to walk, talk, everything. But that's not enough. Because in whatever you do in life, whether you're standing here and talking to you, whether you're selling toothpaste, or whether you're performing on stage, if you don't believe, they won't believe. Straight up. If while you're teaching you don't believe, students won't believe. Right? That happened. And now we are almost at the end of our speech. No, hold on, wait. I got a call from Ram Madhwani to make a movie. I got a call from Ram Madhwani to make a movie. And he says, we're going to make a movie in 7 days on a handycam. The handycam 25 years ago was 100 times less in quality than your iPhone. But we decided, because we didn't have the budget, saying we'll write this movie for a year and a half, we'll rehearse, undo, rehearse, rewrite. We'll write it together, and we shot it in 7 days. We shot it in 7 days, and I said, when are we releasing the movie? I said, we were never going to release the movie. I said, why did we make it? Because our name's on it, mister. Why did we take a year and a half to make a movie that was never going to be released? Because our names are on it. Wow. Nobody saw that movie. Have you ever heard of a film called Let's Talk? Of course not. We sent it to the National Awards. I got nominated for Best Actor. They sent it back. Because you know why? It was on digital. Every movie today is made on digital now. Okay. The movie was being edited on a monitor. Next to a movie, a blockbuster, which was being edited on a monitor. And this big producer-director is editing his film, and he's being distracted by Let's Talk over there. Saying, "Ye kaun sa ganda picture hai?" Saying, "Let's Talk." ये एक्टर कौन है? Boman Irani. पारसी है? हाँ. हिंदी बोलता है? पता नहीं. भेजो मेरे पास. He gave me a check of 2 lakh rupees. I said, why? He said, because if you start doing Hindi movies, and I am ready with the script. I said, you don't have a movie? मेरे पास picture ही नहीं है. I said, पैसे क्यों दे रहे? मेरे पास कहानी ही नहीं है. I said, पैसे क्यों दे रहे? He says, because when I come with my script, you will be so busy, Mr. Irani, you will have no dates for me. I'm booking you now. Wow. Really? Months passed. He calls after 8 or 9 months and said, "Yara, kahani mil gayi, kamal ki kahani." Arey yara, you can tell he's Punjabi. Arey kamal ki kahani hai, kamal ki kahani. I said, kahani ka naam kya hai? He said, Munna Bhai MBBS. What's the moral of the story, my friends? The moral of the story is that it is thanks to Let's Talk, a movie that nobody saw except him, I got the biggest break in my life. You know what? So never treat anything second class. Never Nothing is too small, no human being is too small, no project, no customer, nobody's too small. But I hated the title. ये कोई टाइटल है? अरे कमाल की टाइटल है यार. I said, कहानी क्या है? अरे एक गुंडा है. एक गुंडा है, वो डॉक्टर बनना चाहता है. गुंडा डॉक्टर बनना चाहता है. वो स्टोरी है, वो हर्ट माय लाइफ. तो मेरा रोल क्या है? तू डॉक्टर है. तू डॉक्टर है और तू पूरे पिक्चर में हंसते ही रहेगा ऐसा. I swear to God, when he pitched it to me, I thought it's the worst title, the worst story, and the worst character. तेरे को समझ में नहीं आएगा. फोन पे जाके तो मेरे असिस्टेंट को मिल. Assistant, you're not making. नहीं Raju. I said, who Raju now? So when I met Boman Irani, nervous man, sweet fellow, very sweet lady, he told me the story with as much passion, with every joke that he said, he loved it himself. Every time he told me an emotional scene, a tear would fall down. He believed that a gunda could be a doctor. That's what our story should be about. It's like Ratatouille. A rat wants to be a chef. A rat is not allowed in the kitchen. But he not only wants to get in the kitchen, he wants to be a cordon bleu chef. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what our kids should aspire to be. Aim for the insurmountable. Like Ratatouille, like Munara. And we made that, yeah. We made that film. Record time, record budget, no money, nobody backed it, nobody funded it, nothing, but we went ahead and made that movie. Vivek Oberoi was supposed to do it, he walked out. Shah Rukh Khan had a spine problem, he walked out. Tapu walked out. Aishwarya, the only guy remaining was me because they paid it to them. Hell man. Finally we got a 44-year-old college boy, Sanjay. And we made the movie in record time. The biggest star in the movie was Gracie Singh. Think about it. We made that movie in record time, record budget. For the last shot of the film, we didn't have money for the Shadi Ka Mandap. We didn't have money. It was going to cost ₹1 lakh. How are we going to complete the film without that shot? Raju saying we need that shot. So the art director who's not being paid for this, gate crash karo kisi ke shaadi mein. Vinod Chopra thought it's a great idea. Arey kamal ka idea yaar. We actually gate crashed in somebody's wedding. Think about it. So resource. Tell your kids never to ever feel they are short of resource. Make your resource. Never feel that they are underprivileged. Some of our kids today are all privileged, they don't realize it's not privileged. But we are standing, sitting rather, in the dark behind the stage, behind the flowers. Sunil Dutt, Sanju, the cinematographer, Vinod Pradhan, the director, myself, Gracie, actually sitting like this, waiting for the Baratis to go home, waiting for the guests to go home. We jumped on stage, we took the shots and we ran home. That's how one of India's most beloved films was made. So please tell your students never to say that, oh, I can't, it's insurmountable. Made the film, nobody wanted to distribute it. Vinod Chopra, Man of Steel, distributed himself. Movie flopped on opening night. Nobody went to see it. And in the single screens, back in the day, even if movies flopped, Saturday, Sunday would be full. Friday, Saturday, Sunday would, but even Friday was half full. Right? I went to the Maratha Mandir theatre to watch what's going on. Just a small bunch of people watching this beautiful movie, laughing and crying and laughing and crying. And what the hell is going on? I went and stood outside on the footpath and I said, something's wrong. Something's got to give over here. I heard a voice. And the voice went like this. Hey, Mamo. Niche dekh. There was a lady, a rough-looking lady, sitting on the footpath. Stuck some money into her blouse. And she looked at me and she smiled at me. And she gave me a compliment that, I loved the compliment. And she was my first time. And she looked at me and said it in a way I will never forget. She said, Mamu. कमाल का एक्टिंग किया है मामू तूने कमाल का तू कमाल. And then she said something even more amazing. She said, हम लोग बहुत पैसा कमाएंगे. हम लोग बहुत पैसा कमाएंगे. मतलब I thought she's a distributor, producer, 7-8 flops, करोड़ पे आ गई है. I thought maybe she put some money into मुन्ना भाई. नहीं मामू, मैं ब्लैक में टिकट बेचती हूँ. मेरे को सब मालूम है कौन सी पिक्चर उठेगी कौन सी पिक्चर डूबेगी. हाँ, एक पिक्चर सालों बरसों तक लोग याद रखेंगे. She was right. So I called up Raju. You're coming back, no? No, go, no problem. So, I love teasing people. I called up Raju. Raju, अपनी एक पिक्चर हिट हो गई. कौन बोला? तारा नरेश बोला, ट्रेड गाइड बोला, सिनेमा बोला, कौन बोला? ऐसे ब्लैक मार्केट. तू पागल हो गया, ब्लैक मार्केट की बात सुन. And then the public started going to watch the movie for some reason. She was right. Good stuff can never be put down. You may get the reward maybe later, but when you invest in good stuff, you get the reward. 10 days later, it was December. The nominations were out. 10 nominations, I got nominated too. 10 days later, after that were the first awards. And I'm up night before, Ashrat Varsi is with me and saying, so what are you wearing, man, tomorrow? I said, no, what am I wearing? You don't have a suit? I said, why would a wafer need suit? He said, we got to get you a suit. So he calls up Naresh Bhai of Masculine. Naresh Bhai, एक suit बनानी है, 24 hours. He said, नहीं मेरे पास time नहीं है, award season है मेरे पास. अरे please बनाओ ना. Boman Irani, उसको these filmy types are damn expensive, you know. He's being Shah Rukh Khan, he's being Amitabh Bachchan, he's being Hrithik Roshan. प्लीज बनाओ, वो जीतेगा. कौन सा पिक्चर के लिए? मुन्ना भाई. क्या किया था? वो डॉक्टर. अरे वो टकला मामू, मैं उसका बड़ा फैन हूँ. मैं सूट बनाया. आए, मैं कल तक सूट भेजेगा. ऐसे मेजरमेंट्स तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं. I'm not making a suit without giving the proper measurements, right? I'm paying top dollar for this. नहीं, उसका height क्या है? I don't care. How can you make a measurement of the suit with just by knowing the height? So 6 feet 2, so you make a collar here. I mean, come on, somebody give me some kind of opening. Say उनको phone. Hello, Mamu. कमाल का एक्टिंग है. आप बेफिक्र हो, मैं सूट भेजिएगा. I said, how? आपका height क्या? I said, why you keep asking the height? I said, किसी को बोलना नहीं. This is amazing. किसी को बोलना नहीं. मेरे पास मुन्ना भाई का DVD है. मैं प्ले करें. मेरा बड़ा टीवी है. और जब आप आएंगे स्क्रीन पे फुल लेंथ में, मैं पॉज करूंगा. Being innovative is another meaning over here, completely. I'm amazed at this guy. आपका height 6'2", तो मैं जाऊंगा टीवी के पास, मैं मेजर करूंगा. 12 inches is proportional to 6'2". I'll do the calculation with shoulder, arm length, pant length, what. खाली मैं waist थोड़ा loose रखूं. बोलो क्यों? 3D टीवी नहीं है ना मेरे पास. Next day, I'm standing under the stage in BKC. First awards on a towel. Waiting for that goddamn suit to make. And the nominations and awards are flying past. That's why my mother is going to be most disappointed. I wanted to wear a suit. Thanks to that silly Ashad. I should have gone in jeans and t-shirt. And then I heard the Bhajiwala speak. Boman Irani, calling. Hey, and the suit came. I started wearing the suit, I started wearing the tie. The Prem Chopra Sahib is on stage and he announces my name. I said, yeah, now if I go this way, it'll be too late. So I go out from behind and there's that service ramp with slabs on it, right? I ran up the ramp, I fall. Twice I fall, third time I said, take it easy, Mom. You run all your life. You've fallen many times. But you've always stood up, dusted yourself, and moved forward. I went on stage and collected my first award, ladies and gentlemen. Before we close, I know I've overstayed my limit. It's okay, don't pay me extra for it, no problem. Three little anecdotes before we close. A few years ago, I went to Oslo. There was a film festival there, and they gave me an award, and they played some of my films, and then there was a young lady who was doing my interview, and I was bored, like this young lady is. No, you're not doing it. There's an interview, and what do you eat? What is your favorite destination? What is your favorite holiday? Blah, 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 blah. And I just asked her, which magazine do you represent? She said, Vigi. I said, what? She said, Vigi. I said, my darling, I've got the best story for you. It's a story about a young photographer that your magazine impacted through ethics and taught me what ethics means and live by those ethics, if you've been a recipient of those ethics or not. Life has its way of having a full circle. Sometime before that, I was in New York. My assistant was there, who's now a big photographer, Vikram Pathak, and he said, I want to take some pictures of you. So he took me to the street and we were doing some pictures. I said, take me to Broadway. So he took me to Broadway. I said, take me to New Amsterdam Theatre. And we went to New Amsterdam Theatre. I said, not yet, take me to the artist's entrance. And we went around to the artist's entrance and we took a photograph with me on the door of that entrance that wanted me to enter the world of theatre and performing. Life again has its way of coming its full circle. Some years before that, I was in New York. I went to the Lexington Hotel. And as I entered, and it's embarrassing when people welcome you. I don't know, I don't think I've done enough to get that much of respect. And there was this guy in a dark suit. He comes up to me, welcome to Lexington, Mr. Irani. I took the bouquet from his hand and gave it back to him. I said, what happened to you? I said, I can't accept these flowers from you, Mr. Sam Bada. You gave me my first job and you taught me my best lesson in life. Work your way up. You cannot start at the top. You've got to start from the basement. And I'll always be grateful to you for that. Strangely, I'll be meeting Mr. Sam Bada after Christmas, before New Year on the 27th in Houston. I'm going to meet him. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to tell these stories. May all of you have, unless you already have, full circles to your lives and even your students, and may they all be as happy as a soul that I am. I'm blessed to be happy, and I keep myself happy wherever I go. Grumbling, not for me. Finding joy in the little things in life, for me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. We're truly humbled and grateful. And thank you for helping us understand what it is to have the DNA of a principal, because you've played that part, you've lived it, being a principal of a medical school, an engineering school, and stories from your life have touched our lives today. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you most much. May I ask you, there are no seats, because I've been asked to sing a song. But if you sit in front, otherwise you'll not. Yeah, you sit here for the song? I won't be sitting, I don't sit. When I sit, I lose energy. If you'll sit over here, you can, because over here you may not get that. Let me go in the audience and see how it sounds.
This was our surprise because Sir has an amazing voice and he's going to sing for us. So let's have a round of applause for Mr. Boman Irani.
Okay. So, here goes, ladies and gentlemen. Side से लेंगे फोटो, मेरा पेट बाहर निकलेगा उसमें. Just keep it light. So this is a song, unfortunately, I'm not going to blame it on the Delhi mob, but my voice has gone for a toss, right? But it doesn't matter. Does it? Put your phones down, everybody. What is this? Be in the moment. Teacher, be in the moment. So this is a song called My Way. It tells the story of, and music is beautiful. Frank Sinatra made it famous. I'm going to sing, but it's okay. I might crack. If I crack, I don't want anybody putting this out on Instagram. I might just crack. But I don't care if I crack. I think now that we've spent some time together, I would like to call you people who I know, who have been touched by my presence, and so am I am touched by yours. I'd like you, instead of taking this video, listen to the words. Hang on to every single word of this beautiful song, and I'll be grateful if you do. Thank you, Bharti ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Oh, there she is. All right, let's hear the track. And now the end is near, so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I've planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I could talk more than I could chew. But through it all, there was doubt. I gave up and stayed out. I faced the wall, but I stood tall and lived my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, See you, everybody. I think that there was supposed to be a Q&A, but we let it be. Well, I think I covered most of it, right? Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience.
Thank you so much.